This is a story that happens every day. People like you have their roles to play in it. And the lead role is performed by a new family member. This is a story about searching for and finding the right partner for your journeys. It's a story that always ends happily. But what preceded these moments of happiness? Where's the progress, quality, harmony, and beauty created? You'll find it all in this film about Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Czech. Welcome to Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Czech, one of the most advanced auto plants ever built. Here, we employ 3,500 well-trained team members. And an additional 7,000 jobs have been created by our suppliers nearby. But let's start from the beginning. It's the year 2005. Hyundai announces its intention to build a new car manufacturing plant in Europe. Searching for the most suitable location in Europe, the company decides to invest in the Czech Republic, in the Moravian Silesian region, in the municipality of Nošovice. In July 2006, the company, Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Czech, is established. And soon after, in March 2007, construction of the first European Hyundai manufacturing plant begins. Although production would be launched in record-breaking time, people and the environment are always the highest priority for Hyundai. Fertile topsoil is being transported from the site to new rural locations. Grown trees are not cut down like in other construction sites, but transplanted. In a mere 18 months, the entire complex of buildings, including all of the technologies, is finished. The biggest foreign investment in the history of the Czech Republic, totaling 30 billion crowns, is prepared to launch production. And this is the first locally made car, the Hyundai i30. In the following year, production of the i30 CW began. And for a short time, the Kia Venga was produced here as well. The current production range is represented by models that include the Hyundai iX20, the Hyundai iX35, and a new generation of the Hyundai i30, including a wagon and a three-door version. Let's see now how a car is born in the Hyundai manufacturing plant. You'll see that it's made here using a perfect balance of modern technology and human skill. The whole process starts in the stamping shop. Large galvanized steel coils with a thickness of 0.7 of a millimeter are cut to specific lengths called blanks. The blanks make their way to the largest machines in the plant, two stamping presses, which squeeze the blanks into 17 different body panels for each model. Using massive two-part dies and over 5,400 tons of pressure. The body panels are then checked and sorted until they're needed in the welding shop. Every 20th panel is visually and manually checked by skilled and experienced workers to prevent any possible defects from continuing on to the next phase of production. Our production flow leads us now to the second hall, the welding shop. Once the panels arrive here, an automated dance of more than 300 robots begin. Robots pick up the body panels, complete and weld together moving parts on the automated welding lines. The skeleton of the body is spot welded from a platform with the sides and cross braces in a unique welding machine called the main buck. This enables us to make up to 4 different car bodies simultaneously. All seams are perfectly welded by robots on the follow-up welding line. The assembly of hinges, doors, hoods, and tailgates follows, as does an inspection of the flawless quality and smoothness of the metal finish of the body. The precisely welded and assembled body leaves the hall through a connecting bridge and heads to the paint shop. Let's follow it. Each body spends at least 9 hours in the paint shop. At first, it must be cleaned, degreased, and covered with a phosphate layer. Then the plunge into a special electrocoat bath where the body is covered with an anti-corrosive layer. The next step is the robotic and manual sealing of all joints to prevent water from leaking inside the body. The actual painting process then follows, with the assistance of 38 robots. Primer and color are sprayed on the bodies using fine mist nozzles. The last layer is a top coat protective varnish. The car body is dried in an oven between processes to harden the layers and to increase their endurance. Hyundai uses only environmentally friendly, water-based paint colors. You can choose from 16 shades. All team members in the paint shop wear protective anti-static overalls to keep even the smallest particles of dust from compromising the quality of their work. Skillful, diligent hands then glue the black tape on the doors. The whole body is thoroughly inspected and then shipped to the final assembly. Meanwhile, it's necessary to prepare the transmission. Steel castings, future gears, and shafts are milled on dozens of precision machines, as well as the aluminum castings of gearboxes. The milled components of the gears are heated to nearly 900 degrees Celsius and then cooled down in a special salt. The steel gets harder and becomes much more resilient after going through this process. The 530,000 manual 5- and 6-gear transmissions that we produce every year are used not only in the Hyundai cars from our production plant here, but also in Hyundai cars in Russia and Kia cars in Slovakia. Complete transmissions are tested and then handed over to our supplier Hyundai Mobis, where they're assembled together with engines made in Kia Motors Slovakia into one of the following 4 modules. The front axle with engine and transmission, the rear axle, the front block of the cockpit, and the front end of the car with radiator and headlights. The modules then travel through a covered connecting bridge to a concrete pit on the line in the final assembly shop. Let's follow them. The final assembly shop is the largest of them all. It takes up an area of 16 football fields, and over half of our team members work here. Each body is taken to the trim area first, where wiring, brake controls, and other parts are connected. The doors are removed and sent to another line where speakers, locks, power windows, and door seals are installed. During the assembly process, a quiet conveyor keeps the vehicles moving, unless there's a safety or quality of work issue. Ergonomically designed work areas help maximize productivity and reduce team members' fatigue. Vehicles are raised and lowered automatically, making it easier and quicker for team members to attach parts. Approximately every minute, 1 truckload of parts comes to the plant from our suppliers. These parts are delivered to the right place and at just the right time, in a process called just-in-time. Here, in the chassis section, the body finally meets the chassis. We call this act a marriage. Batteries, seats, wheels, and glass are then installed before the doors are put back on the exact same vehicle they came from. Finally, coolant, gas, and other liquids are added. And now, can you hear it? The car is starting for the first time. All processes in the production of a Hyundai car are controlled manifold so that even the smallest error in production is never overlooked. Each car is submitted to thorough testing by the most accurate technologies available and by strict human judgment during the final inspection. Alignment, electrical systems, seats, dashboards, and cabins are all inspected. The roll booth tests the acceleration and braking systems. Each car is then driven on our 3.3-kilometer test track, where trained drivers check out steering, ABS, rough handling, sound system quality, and other features. There's even a hill here to test the emergency brake. A shower test is a check for leaks, and then the paint finish is examined one last time. Every single minute, one completed and tested car leaves our production line. In 1 hour, 60 cars. In 1 day, 1,300. And in 1 year, over 300,000 cars. After all the tests are completed, each car is then loaded onto a truck or train and shipped to a Hyundai dealer in one of more than 50 destinations around the world. Day by day, Hyundai proves that the most modern technologies, quality, and ecology are the main powers of the brand, making it a strong rival on the global automobile market. And this is the end of our story. Our happy families going for their first ride. Hyundai wishes them a ride full of happiness and joy. And what else? Every day, the same story unfolds in more than 50 countries around the world. These are the places where Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Czech exports its cars. Thanks to instinct, diligence, and persistence, Hyundai marches audaciously forward, on its way to become one of the leading companies of the world.